Welcome to How to Use the KMS Library. We're going to talk about how you can find a fiction book and a nonfiction book there. Now, first of all, we're going to need to take a quick walk to the library. You're going to start in whatever classroom where you are, and then you're going to go into the hallway and through those double doors, and then you'll find yourself inside the library. Boom! There it is. That's what it looks like. You can see the books everywhere. It's really a good place to be. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about is how you find a fiction book, which is a make-believe book. So, we got to find the fiction section first. You want to look for the orange gorilla in our library. See, he's up there. He sits on top of the bookshelves. This is where the fiction section starts, and they're organized by author's last name. So, each shelf tells you the first letters of the last names found on that shelf. For example, this shelf has authors with the last names starting with CLA, like this book, for example. See, it's by Cassandra Clare. Her last name starts with CLA. So now we know where the fiction section is. You need to find the author's last name in that fiction section. You're going to log into Destiny, our library catalog, and there's an icon on your desktop to do that. Yay, that's what comes up when you log into Destiny. And so let's say you want to find the book Ender's Game. You're going to type it into the search, and you're going to search by title. There's a button you can push. And look, it came up. That means that it's in our library. And it tells you the author, who is Orson Scott Card. You want to write down the title and the author's last name so that you won't forget. You could do it maybe on a sticky note, like this. Then you get to go get that book in the fiction section. So the last name is Card. Our fiction section starts with the gorilla, of course. So now we need to find the first letters of the last name. Is it between ARM and BAU or W? No, it's not. Is it between BRY and CAR? So Card. Card comes after CAR and before CLA. So this is the shelf that we want to look at. You can look at the spines of the books there to see the first three letters of the author's last name. In this case, it says CAR. And then we found our book, Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card. It's a success. But now, how do you find a nonfiction or a true book? Well, they're at a different part of the library, and they start kind of over by that ship. Nonfiction books are a little different. They're organized by subject, and the subjects have numbers that we call call numbers. So you'll be looking for a number on the spine of the book. You'll go back to Destiny to find that nonfiction book. And let's say you want a book about dinosaurs. You type that in, and then the results come up. Maybe I want that one. And it says the call number is 560 AMA. So I wrote it down so I don't forget. Now I get to go to the nonfiction section to find my book. I'm looking at some shelves, and you can see that these shelves are labeled too with the call numbers that are on the books on those shelves. So we're looking for 560. So 560 is not between 293 and 364. Hey, here we go. Bingo. 560 is between 399 and 583. So this is the shelf that we are going to want to look on. See our book, 560 AMA. We're at 500. We're not quite there yet. If you keep looking, we're hit 551. That's close to 560. Now we're seeing some 560s, and we can see a little AM written underneath. So this is it, 560 AMA. We pull out the book. It has the same title, mission accomplished. You found a nonfiction book. So let's review now what we've talked about. First of all, we'll review where the fiction section is. Remember, it's over kind of towards the right under the orange gorilla. He looks like that. And fiction books are organized by the author's last name. Each shelf tells you the first letters of the last names found of the books that are on that shelf. Now we're going to review finding nonfiction books. They're organized by subject, and the subjects are grouped into numbers, and so we call it call numbers. So you look for the call numbers on the spines of the books. And the nonfiction section, it starts over by the ship on the left-hand side. Can you find a fiction book in the library now? Do you think you can find a nonfiction book in the library? I really hope so. Good luck.
created using Powtoon.